Think about the last strong emotion you felt. Maybe it was anger while stuck in traffic, hands tight on the steering wheel. Maybe it was joyous small, unexpected compliment that lingered longer than you expected. Or maybe it was anxiety, that quiet hum in your chest before an important decision. Emotions feel deeply personal, almost mysterious. They rise up inside us like weather, sudden, powerful, sometimes overwhelming. But emotions are not random. What emotions are, where they come from, how the brain creates them, and why understanding them can fundamentally change how we live and how we relate to one another. In psychology, emotions are more than just feelings. They are complex experiences made up of three intertwined parts. First, there's the subjective experience, how the emotion feels from the inside. Second, the physiological response, what happens in your body. And third, the behavioral expression, what you do or feel pulled to do. Take fear, for example. It might feel like a wave of dread. Your heart speeds up. Your muscles tighten. And suddenly, your body is ready to run or freeze before you've had time to think. Emotions move fast, often faster than conscious thought. That's why you can feel something long before you can explain it. From an evolutionary perspective, emotions exist for one reason: survival. Fear keeps us alive by warning us of danger. Anger helps us protect our boundaries. Sadness signals loss and invites us to slow down and reflect. Joy reinforces the moments and behaviors that help us thrive. Emotions are not obstacles. They are information systems. They highlight what matters. They point us toward what needs attention. Even emotions we label as negative serve a purpose. Anxiety prepares us for uncertainty. Guilt helps maintain social bonds. Shame discourages behaviors that could threaten our place in the group. The issue isn't that we feel emotions. It's that we often don't understand what they're trying to tell us. Emotion lives in the brain, but not in just one place. Several systems work together. The amygdala acts like an alarm, scanning for emotional significance, especially threat. The hippocampus links emotion to memory, helping us remember what mattered and why. And the prefrontal cortex helps interpret and regulate emotional reactions. When something emotional happens, the amygdala can react in milliseconds, far quicker than conscious thought. That's why you might jump before you even know what startled you. The prefrontal cortex steps in afterward, asking quieter, slower questions. Is this actually dangerous? Is this response helpful right now? Emotional regulation isn't about shutting emotions down. It's about dialogue between instinct and reflection. Psychologists have long tried to understand how emotions form. One early idea, the James Lange theory, suggests that the body leads and the mind follows. We don't tremble because we're afraid, we feel afraid because we're trembling. Another theory, Canonbard, argues that emotion and bodily response happen at the same time. Then there's the Schachter-Singer two-factor theory, which adds an important layer: interpretation. According to this view, emotion depends on two things: physical arousal and cognitive meaning. A racing heart could signal fear or excitement. or attraction depending on how you make sense of the situation. This reveals something powerful. How we interpret our experience shapes how we feel. Not all emotional experiences are the same. Emotions are brief and tied to specific events. Moods linger. They stretch across hours or days, often without a clear cause. You might feel angry at a comment. That's an emotion. But you might feel irritable all day. That's a mood. Moods quietly color our perception, making neutral moments feel heavier or lighter than they truly are. Emotional intelligence begins with awareness. It means noticing what you feel, understanding what that feeling is signaling, regulating it with care rather than force, and recognizing emotions in others. People with higher emotional intelligence tend to build stronger relationships, lead more effectively, and experience better mental health. Importantly, emotional intelligence isn't about suppression. It's about response instead of reaction. One common myth is that emotions are irrational. In truth, emotions are data. They may not always be accurate, but they are never meaningless. Another myth is that some people are too emotional. Often, those people are simply more aware of what they feel or less supported in managing it. Ignoring emotions doesn't make them disappear. It pushes them underground, where they resurface as stress, burnout, or conflict. Emotions are not enemies of logic. They are partners in They guide attention, shape memory, and influence every choice we make. When we understand the psychology behind emotion, we gain something essential: the ability to listen without being ruled. Emotion is not weakness. Emotion is information, and learning to understand it may be one of the most powerful psychological skills we ever develop.